Do you tend to be a good listener but find it hard to express your own thoughts and feelings? Do you feel like you have to put on a social mask to fit in with others? Do you like to plan your future carefully?
I know there's a lot of people out here that go through this and they're just feeling misunderstood. They're feeling like they don't belong. And hi, I'm one of those people.
Every time that I post, damn, the party not lit, then I'd rather not go. If she feeling hot, then I make that bitch frozen. I get a bitch tired every time that I post.
Welcome back, friends. Thank you for tuning in with me. So as you can see by the title of this video, today we will be back on TikTok. Of course, y'all know I love me some TikTok. We are going to be discussing being attractive and neurodivergent. Today, y'all, we are sipping on a buzzball.
Oh, that's strong.
Being attractive and neurodivergent.
I don't feel like this is talked about enough. I wanted to bring this to my channel so that people who can relate to me and who can understand can gravitate. Like, yes, I'm here to find my people. And I know they out there, and I hope this video reaches the right side of YouTube. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. Grab your blunt, grab your drinky drink, grab whatever you need to tune in with me. Let's go.
I'm autistic, and here's some of the most annoying shit neurotypical people have done to me or said to me. Most people can't tell I'm autistic, and they love telling me that. You think it's a compliment? I told someone I work with I'm autistic the other day, and she said, well, you seem fine to me. I am fine. Thank you. I understand that's well-intentioned, but it's like, girl, having autism is not a bad thing. I know most people can't tell I have autism, and while that can be helpful in some scenarios, it also makes it so that when I exhibit autistic traits, people think I'm making it up. I also run into a lot of people who are like, oh my god, totally cool, you have autism, I will support you in whatever way I can. And then I tell them that I'm getting overstimulated because the music's too loud, and they're like, oh. Okay. I feel like it's because a lot of neurotypical people have no idea what being autistic actually entails. And I feel like more people are talking about it now, which is great. But at the end of the day, they just don't give a fuck to learn, unless it's super easy and thrown at their face. Which I understand to an extent because it's not your lived experience. And how would you know it's so much different than yours if you're not living it or you don't know someone who's living it? But it is pretty exhausting being an autistic person in a world that does not give a fuck about you and does not give a fuck about understanding you either. I swear to God, my entire life, I have been told that autistic traits are just an excuse for what? I don't know. But I heard it so much that I actually started to believe it myself. I actually was told that I was going to outgrow my autism, and I gaslit myself that I did in college. And just this past year, I was like, this is actually my brain. Not everybody dreads going to the dermatologist because they sit so close to you that you can't figure out how the fuck to make eye contact in a normal way. Those rooms are so small. This one I think is the worst one. I'm going to say it. So many people right now want to have autism so fucking bad. And I don't know why. A lot of people are like, oh my god, I hate loud music too. I must be overstimulated. I've got to be autistic. And they self-diagnose and then claim it super loud. I think some people who self-diagnose are probably autistic for sure, but when people find one trait that's relatable and then they base their whole personality around possibly being autistic, it really delegitimizes every autistic person's lived experience. Because being autistic is not just not liking loud music, it's a fuck ton more than that, bitch. And it's already not taken seriously as it is. This also goes for people who equate having ADHD with having autism. It's literally not the same. I have both, so that's fucking helpful. And I'm not saying that people with ADHD don't struggle. I am not saying that at all. But what I am saying is just because you have ADHD doesn't make you autistic. Having autism in a neurotypical world is fucking hard, okay? Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't change it for anything. I love being autistic. I just wish the world knew more and cared more about autistic people. So every day isn't a fight to be understood or to mask in public, you know? Or to mask with friends. It's so funny because friends will be like, oh, you don't have to mask around me. And I'm like, girl, you say that now, but I have lost so many friendships simply because they did not fucking understand what I needed. And it became my fault. They're like, oh, I support you, whatever you need, and then I need something, and it's so fucking inconvenient. I actually stopped myself from telling people I'm autistic because of how many people have told me and acted like it's an excuse in the past. Live, laugh, love, autism. Bye.
Oh, you're not autistic. You just want attention. You're not like my 6-year-old nephew. You can't be. You're hot. Everyone is a bit autistic.
What?
Why is it okay when they do it?
Talking to neurotypical people is absolutely maddening because you have to stand there and listen to these really long-winded stories that they tell about themselves and their lives. And you have to like respond appropriately and nod and show you're interested. And, oh, yes, isn't that great? But as soon as you try and talk about yourself or give any kind of opinion or input, as soon as they have to listen to you, they suddenly are like, oh,
they don't want to hear
I have
it.
to be somewhere, or they just completely drift off and they don't show you any sort of like decency or respect, and they don't even care to try. So I think neurotypical people a lot of the times just want to hear themselves talk, and that's it. And they're just interested in the story that they have to tell, but not you.
Let me vent a little bit. So I get started in my venting, right? Not even 0.5 seconds into me venting, this person is giving me that look. You know, that look, that I'm bored look, that I'm uninterested look, that I don't want to hear what you talking about look. Like, you know the look. Okay, so once I get that look, I'm like, you know what? Never mind. So anyways, once the focus is back on them and they're talking about themselves again, visually picturing my escape plan. Then once I got my escape plan, it's solid. It's ready to go. I'm like, all right. So yeah, I gotta go do this and then do that. But it was cool kicking it with you. I'ma holla at you, cause that's when I start to feel drained. Like, you not finna drain me. I don't like that one-sided shit. When I'm not feeling the empathy, not a little lick of empathy from you, I no longer feel comfortable around you. I no longer wish to be in your presence. That's just how neurotypical people seem to be. Like, all about them, all about what they got going on. They don't give a fuck about nobody around them. Like, they like,
Fuck what you talking about. So about me.
you know, and I don't like that. That's why I'm so comfortable with being by myself, because I don't have to worry about that. And I can sit here all day long and talk to this camera. I'm okay with that. But anyways, enough about me.
I always thought that I was a loner, but really I'm just neurodivergent. Being a neurodivergent woman is the hardest shit ever. Like, you will think that you found a friend and then you find out that they are not neurodivergent friendly. And that is the biggest heartbreak ever in terms of even creating friends in general or creating friendships. It's like, you'll think you have a friend and then you'll realize they're upset with you because you talk too fast, or they're mad because you're clumsy, or you get a little bit off topic, or you have certain special interests. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like, how do you weigh out the pros and cons? Like, yeah, this person was a cool friend, but now I know they don't like the fact that I'm neurodivergent. And in terms of being a woman, especially a attractive woman, they don't even want to consider you as neurodivergent. They consider you as weird. And they get close to you and they get mad at your neurodivergent traits. Or the worst thing is when girls want to be your friend because they think you're so pretty, and then they end up not liking you because you're weird.
When someone says that the OCD is all in your head, I'm a head out.
Because I don't think neurotypical people understand how hard it is on a day-to-day basis just navigating through life being neurodivergent. It's a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and like the video. If you fuck with my vibe, subscribe. But until next time, friend, bye.
Every time that I post, damn, the party not lit, then I'd rather not go. If she feeling hot, then I make that bitch frozen. I get a bitch tired every time that I post, damn.